Okay, as you can see...
I'm not going to play. We're just doing an interview.
No sticks.
No, I'm not going to play.
There's no playing. No playing. Okay, so I'm here with Steve Smith, who's been with Sonor for many years. Steve, how long have you been playing Sonor drums and why?
Well, Mike, I'm coming up on the 40th anniversary. Next year, 2017, will be the 40th year. So I started in January 1977. And back when I was a student at Berkeley, two of my favorite drummers played Sonor drums, Bernard Purdy and Jack DeJohnette. And I loved the sound of the instrument, loved the quality. So when I was playing with Jean-Luc Ponty back in 76 and 77, Jean-Luc asked me, would you buy a big double bass drum set? Because I had a little jazz kit. And I said yes, and basically then went to the Sonor dealer locally in Boston and bought a gigantic double bass, two 24-inch kicks, 3 rack toms, 2 big floor toms. And that was the beginning of my association with Sonor. By 1980, I had come to Europe, met Oliver Link at the time. His father owned Sonor drums and became an endorser. So I've officially been with Sonor for 39 years, going on 40 years.
Well, also this is a big year for you. We can now talk about it. You're going back out with Journey, 2-year tour. So the most important thing I want to ask you about here is, will you be going back to the same configuration drum kit that you had back in the day?
I'll be going back to a double bass configuration similar to what I had back in the late 70s, early 80s. I had two 24-inch bass drums and various configurations of tom, rack toms and floor toms. But what I've come up with is somewhat of a hybrid of the double bass configuration mixed in with what I've been using for the last 10 or 15 years. So I really like the 8, 10, 12-inch rack toms. So I ordered a kit with 8, 10, and 12, and then 14, 16, and 18-inch floor toms. So the three floor toms. And then for the bass drums, I love the sound of these vintage bass drums. So I ordered two 22 by 14-inch vintage bass drums because they have a beautiful, deep, rich sound. So it'll be the two basically beach vintage bass drums. The toms will be maple, so more like SQ2 you'd say. And then I'm going to have 3 snare drums because I want to have a variety of sound. So I've actually come up with what will become the 40th anniversary Steve Smith snare drum. So it's like this vintage snare drum, which, well, I don't know if this particular one, but 5 3/4-inch beach drum with the vintage bearing edge, 8 lugs, but it'll be modern lugs, modern throw off, this same rim, but in black chrome.
Wow.
So it'll be a beautiful, and the finish that I ordered is a white lacquer with black chrome hardware. Then I'll have my metal Steve Smith signature drum is a detuned 5.5 by 14, and then a matching 12 by 5-inch higher pitched side snare. So I'll have a variety of different snare sounds for the different tunes, different parts of the tunes.
Well, I'm personally really looking forward to seeing you back out with Sonor drums. As you know, even though you're with me, I've always been a fan of your playing. I know you work really hard. Are you going to be practicing that to get back into that rock playing?
Absolutely. I'm already working on the music and getting refamiliarizing myself with the tunes. I haven't played these songs in 30 years, so I actually forgot everything I played. So I've written charts. I had to go back to how I approach any gig, which is I get the music, I write the charts, and then I memorize the details of what I played, and then it'll be updated with how I'm playing now. The other thing I'm really looking forward to, equipment-wise, and excited about, is I'm using the new Avidus line of Zildjian cymbals,
Right.
because they are so much like the cymbals that I had in the 60s. And so, you know, I'm working on the configuration, but most likely it'll be a 22-inch ride, probably a 20 or 21-inch ride over here, 19-inch crash, maybe two 18-inch crashes, probably that new Peter Erskine design slash cymbal here, 14 hats, maybe 16-inch X hats. I was just trying those 16-inch hats, which are amazing. Probably use them as an X hat over there, and you know. But I'm still working that out, and also I'll have to get into rehearsal and into the performances and make adjustments as it goes to see what works and to see what sounds right.
Well, thank you for your time. We've actually got quite a bit of a crowd waiting for you to play the drums now, and then they're going to be disappointed in a minute.
No, but you're going to play. See, they're actually here
waiting for you
to see if you really play the drums. They know
you walk off. Okay, thanks very much.
My pleasure.